all anyone can talk about is hot rodent men. The trend burst onto the scene with the release of Challengers, with fans comparing stars Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor to Stuart Little and Remy from Ratatouille, and it quickly spiraled into a viral phenomenon. Soon, everyone from Jeremy Allen White to Barry Keoghan was labeled a hot rodent man, with fans pointing out their angular facial features, somewhat beady eyes, and unkempt hair as a common denominator in their hotness. But that really cheeses us off, because in all this discourse about hot rodent men, who will squeak up for the hot rodents themselves? Before hot rodent men, there was the original hunk, Mickey Mouse. The fly as hell Rizzo the rat, and the tall, dark, and handsome Basil of the Great Mouse Detective. When will these thirst mouse traps receive their due? Entertainment Weekly is here to set the record straight with our definitive roundup of some of the hottest rodents ever to grace our screens. Here are 16 RILFs. Yes, it means exactly what you think it does. Jack and Gus Gus from Cinderella, 1950. Cindy may friendzone these guys for Prince Charming, but we know who the real heroes of the movie are. While Prince Charming needed footwear to identify his dream girl, Jack and Gus were saving Cinderella over and over. Plus, Jack rocks his little red turtleneck, jacket, and hat. And if you prefer your rodents on the thick side, then Gus Gus has plenty to offer. Basil from The Great Mouse Detective, 1986. Basil takes a lot of inspiration from his live-action counterpart, Sherlock Holmes actor Basil Rathbone, arguably the original hot rodent man. I mean, come on, he has rat in his name. But there's something even dreamier and more debonair about the vermin version of Sherlock. Maybe we're just a sucker for a rat in a dressing gown. Mickey Mouse, if you prefer a rodent with versatility, look no further than the original hot rodent. Mickey Mouse is both a lovable rogue and a congenial nice guy, and we love a guy with layers. He's been a steamboat captain, a sorcerer, a ghost hunter, a band leader, a movie star, and more. Plus, with those Disney income streams, we bet he's got plenty of cheddar. Why get you a rodent who can do both, when you can have a rodent who can do it all? Timothy Mouse from Dumbo, 1941. Besides the fact that we're into that weird little hat, he made an elephant fly. Enough said. Stuart Little is the platonic ideal of hot rodents. The shucks schoolgirl crush. We'll share a boat ride in Central Park with him any day, and then grab some Subway pizza. Maybe? Rodents of unusual size from The Princess Bride, 1987. Okay, sure, they're disgusting to look at, but did you miss the part where it says unusual size? Mrs. Brisby in The Secret of Nim, 1982. Mrs. Brisby is both a RILF and a MILF. Those big blue eyes, the way she makes that ratty cloak look chic. Swoon. Plus, we stand a mom who will do anything to protect her family, especially one who plays nice. Girl Squirrel from The Sword in the Stone, 1963. Have you ever seen a squirrel look quite so gamine? She's the Audrey Hepburn of squirrels, with her big brown eyes and her perfectly coiffed bushy tail. We think Arthur should have just stayed a squirrel and run away with her because that kiss is swoon-worthy. Though we'll dock points for her inability to understand consent. Rizzo the rat from The Muppets, whether he's rocking Letterman jackets, Hawaiian shirts, or Dickensian garb. Rizzo has, well, Riz. But he's also wry, funny, and here for the food. Pretty much the perfect guy. Remy from Ratatouille, 2007. The only thing sexier than a man who can cook is a rat who can cook. Jerry the Mouse from Tom and Jerry cartoons. Jerry has a sweet, adorable face. Plus, he once held his own dancing with Gene Kelly. That takes talent and pizzazz. We love a classic Hollywood rodent. Danger Mouse, the name's Mouse. Danger Mouse. If James Bond were a rodent, you get Danger Mouse. He leaves us both shaken and stirred. Father Sexton from Robin Hood, 1973. Look, we know it's nearly impossible to compete with the sexy fox at the heart of this Disney animated classic. But spare a thought for Father Sexton, a mouse of the cloth. If Fleabag taught us anything, it's that a cleric's collar is the hottest accessory a man, or a mouse, can wear. Rat from Fantastic Mr. Fox, 2009. It's hard to resist a bad boy, and Rat, security guard for Bean Cider, is as mean and dangerous as they come. Plus, he plays with fire, looks good in a striped shirt, and is voiced by Willem Dafoe. More like, Fan Rat's Tick Mr. Fox. Rufus from Kim Possible, 2002. In a world where ghosting is so frequent, We can't resist a naked mole rat who will call us, squeak us, if he wants to reach us. Tanya from An American Tail. Fievel Goes West, 1991. There's a long history of beautiful saloon girls in American cinema, and Tanya fits right in with her hair piled high and her zealous use of rouge. But it's her voice that earns her a spot on this list. One so melodic, it even makes cats fall at her feet.